वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. We are covering the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita called as Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga, as I mentioned earlier, it is an abstract, the beginning of the whole Bhagavad Gita, what you are going to cover. In the synopsis is touched upon at the whole Bhagavad Gita section is covered. For example, if there is any bereavement at home, and generally it is the customary that if they can't read the whole Bhagavad Gita, they read the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Why? That how the soul, it's Sri Krishna is encouraging how the soul changes, like vasansi jirnani yata vihaya, like soul moves from one body to another, like we change the cloth, old cloth we discard and put on the new one, so is this soul also moves from one body to another, not to grieve, so that it gives us the confidence to handle that tough time. The second chapter is highly regarded that way. And the second the Bhagavad Gita is part of mahā-bāho. Mahā-bāho talks about the whatever required for the humans, it is touched upon. The main requirements of humans: dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Dharma means the rules and regulations. Before I play the game somewhere I need to know the rules and regulations. That it lays the rules and regulation. For example, if in the shops, all the governments across the world, they sell cigarettes. Why they sell cigarettes or alcohol? They think there is a lot of money. That is why they are promoting. In the cigarette pack also is written, cigarette kills. It is written, still they sell. Why they sell? They will get revenue. But the revenue they get is less than the cost government is incurring. Government is not thinking about that one. Government out of convenience, alcohol and a lot of tax, and they have alcohol addiction helpline. Helpline is there. If you are stuck, call us, we will help you. And alcohol, though government knows it's not good, they promote, they get that dharma is not properly followed in the our secular world also. Whereas in the Vedavyasa says, if you want to travel, it's not like a half-hearted approach like the governments across. You should be very clear on how you are leading a life. Dharma. It talks about dharma. Dharma is, last week I talked about dhārayate iti dharmaha. What uplifts us to perform is called as dharma. Value-based education is sinking across, and there is no value-based. Only the value, the parents wants the children to study well so that make lot of money. All parents, they talk about my son or daughter has completed and makes this much of money. And there is no value in that life. With money, what you will do? I don't care. My son is or daughter is earning that much of money. That is all we are talking about. The value without dharma, the money can lead to our own destruction. What uplifts us? I taught in the Twitter also, in Facebook also, I talked about in the absence of depression and anxiety alone doesn't make us a mentally healthy person. The presence of enlivened living, value-based living makes our mind a healthy mind. No government is talking about the presence of value-based living. No government is talking about. And they are all catering about, do you have depression? Do you have anxiety problem? Then I will classify you as a mental health problem. But I mentioned, not only that one, I may not have depression, but am I leading a value-based living? Then only it is called as a healthy mind. If I do not have a value-based living, that person is a mentally retarded person. That person is a burden to the society, burden to the family. He or she will bring in ruin to not only himself or herself, also to the family also. The value-based living, what Mahā-bārata is talking about. That is why I was urging all the parents to include your children to participate this one, because they are the custodian of the future. They have to add value to the future. And in one story, Vedavyasa, in the Dharmaraja, after the Yudhishthira, after the war, he was in depression. He thought that what a calamity has done, and scores have died because of him, and his grandfather, teacher, everyone got destroyed, and he was bent upon going to the forest, giving up everything. I had enough. Then Vedavyasa told him the story Dharma. As a king, he or she has a role to play. Dharma which uplifts us. Vedavyasa tells a story of two brothers. It's the two brothers, Shanka and Likita. Two brothers, very pious brothers, doing all the time lot of austerities. Two brothers, very pious and following the righteousness. Once they were staying close by, Shanka had gone out. At that time, his younger brother, came to meet his elder brother. Shanka, Likita came, and he saw his brother was not there. And he was hungry also, and he looked around the farm. In the farm, and many fruit-bearing trees were there. He plucked one fruit, and ate one fruit. He was hungry from the brother's garden. At that time, his elder brother came, and he saw this person, his younger brother, eating the fruit. He said, "Did you get a permission? How did you eat this one?" And he said, "It is my brother's farm. Do I need to ask permission?" He said, "Yes, nothing belongs to us. Nothing belongs to us. Without permission, if you are eating, it amounts to stealing. Now, it has to be that you have incurred a sin, and punishment has to be meted. And you go to the king and ask for a punishment. You go to a king and ask for a punishment." And so Likita, his younger brother, went to the king Siddhyumna, and he said, when Likita went there, king was rejoiced, very happy. great sage has come to my kingdom, and he went to receive him, and he washed his feet and gave water to drink and made him to sit properly, and then he asked for the reason for coming visit. Likita said, I have done a crime and of eating a fruit from my brother's farm. Please give me a punishment. King laughed at him. Is it a punishment? It's not at all called as a punishment. I have absolved you. Go. He said, no, it's a punishment. What punishment you give, if somebody steals, give that punishment to me. That after insisting, the Siddhyumna king pondered and he said, that person's hands got to be chopped off. Likita said, okay, here are my hands. So king chopped off those 2 hands of Likita, and Likita then went to his brother Shanka and showed his hands. Have you pardoned me now? I got my punishment. And Shanka was very happy. Yes, you got your punishment. Now you have absolved of the sin. You have absolved of your sin, and you have purified yourself. Go and take bath in the river and offer arghya and come. This Likita, he went to the river to take bath as commanded by his elder brother, and when he took a dip and he wanted to give arghya, and in the water as he was wanting to take the water in the hands, his palms came back. He was so thrilled, and he came running to his brother Shanka. My hands got back. He said, yes, I knew. It is because of my tapas siddhi, I made your hands to come back. Likita said, if that were the case, you could have given me the punishment yourself. Shanka said, punishment got to be given by the right authority. I am not a qualified person to give you a punishment, and it has to be given by the first right source. And that Shanka said, oh Likita, you and me, we had to protect the dharma. If we ourselves do not follow what people won't follow, they take the life for granted. We should set a standard. Unless we set a standard, people won't follow. That is why I made you to go through this one. It is a lesson for others also. Also, the king must be very strict. If he is very lenient, so king is not discharging his or her obligation. Got to be just and should be strict. Then only king is purifying himself or herself and purifying the territory. In the Vedavyasa said, you have an obligation. Rule with just. It has come to you. Running away is not the solution. You purify yourself through the virtuous rule. That is the story of Vedavyasa talking about the virtuous living. We take things for granted. If things found in the street or something, and we recklessly take it thinking that it is ours, this is an eye-opener for us. Nothing is ours. Everything belonging to the Lord. Unless we have permission, we have no right to take anything which is not belonging to others. This is another dharma. It elevates our mind. If our children hears, if we hear that one, our standard of living naturally goes up. Otherwise, take whatever is available, whether yours or not, don't care. Just grab it. That mentality, world cannot sustain. World to sustain, you have to set a standard. We have to hear these ones. Dharma uplifts. Then artha means we need to have a meaning to our life. Kama, we need to have a desire to uplift our game, and moksha, we need to reach to the place where there is no uncertainty. Definitely. That is the place I want to elevate and I want to reside. That is moksha. It is beautifully mentioned. That is why we need to ponder upon Bhagavad Gita, Sri Bhagavad Gita. Many songs are there. This song is given by none other than the Lord Himself. Repeat after me. Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Tam tata kripaya vishta. Ashrupurna kulekshanam.
Ashrupurna kulekshanam.
Vishidanta idam vakyam.
Vishidanta idam vakyam.
Uvacha madhusudana.
Uvacha madhusudana.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Kutastva kashmala idam.
Kutastva kashmalam idam.
Vishame samupastitam.
Vishame samupastitam.
Anarya jushta asvargya.
Anarya jushtam asvargya.
Akirti karam arjuna.
Akirti karam arjuna.
Klaibhyamma smagama partha.
Klaibhyamma smagama partha.
Naitatayyupapadyate.
Naitatayyupapadyate.
Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam.
Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam.
Tyakto uttishta parantapa.
Tyakto uttishta parantapa.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Katam bhishma aham sankhe.
Katam bhishma aham sankhe.
Dronancha madhusudana.
Dronancha madhusudana.
Ishubhi pratiyotsyami.
Ishubhi pratiyotsyami.
Pujarha arisudana.
Pujarha arisudana.
Guruna hatva hi mahānubhāvān.
Guruna hatvan hi mahānubhāvān.
Shreyo bhuṅkto vaikshmamapiha loke.
Shreyo bhoktum vaikshmamapiha loke.
Hatvarta kāmanstu guruni haiva.
Hatvarta kāmanstu guruni haiva.
Bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan.
Bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan.
Nachaita vidma kataran nagariyo.
Nachaita vidman kataran nagariyo.
Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyuhu.
Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyuhu.
Yaneva hatva na jijivishama.
Yaneva hatva na jijivishama.
Ste avastita pramukhe datra rashtraha.
Ste avastita pramukhe datra rashtraha.
Karpanya dosha pahata svabhava.
Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava.
Pritchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha.
Pritchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha.
Yashreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme.
Yashreyasa nishchitam bruhi tanme.
Shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapannam.
Shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapannam.
Nahi prapashyami mamanupadya.
Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat.
Shoka uchchoshana indriyanam.
Shokamuchchoshanam indriyanam.
Avapya bhuma vasapatmam ruddham.
Avapya bhuma vasapatnam ruddham.
Rajyam suranam apichadipatyam.
Rajyam suranam apichadipatyam.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Eva muktva hrishikesham.
Eva muktva hrishikesham.
Gudakesha parantapa.
Gudakesha parantapa.
Nayotsya iti govinda.
Nayotsya iti govinda.
Uktva tushnim babhuvaha.
Uktva tushnim babhuvaha.
Tamuvacha hrishikesha.
Tamuvacha hrishikesha.
Senayorubayorapi prahasanniva bharata.
Prahasanniva bharata.
Senayorubayor madhye.
Senayorubayor madhye.
Vishidanta idam vachaha.
Vishidanta idam vachaha.
The central theme of this chapter and the message of Bhagavad Gita come to the center. Come to center. And you have a lot of confusion in your life because you have not come to the center. Senayor ubhayor madhya. Come to the center, then you will be able to handle the situation better. If you are leaning on one side, so you are seeing the things with a colored vision. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Ashochya nanvashochastvam.
Ashochya nanvashochastvam.
Prajna vadanscha bhashase.
Prajna vadanscha bhashase.
Gatasuna gatasunscha.
Gatasuna agatasunscha.
Nanu shochanti panditaha.
Nanu shochanti panditaha.
Natvevaham jatu nasam.
Natvevaham jatu दधातु नासं
न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः
न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः
न चैव न भविष्यामः
न चैव न भविष्यामः
सर्वे वयमतः परम्
सर्वे वयमतः परम्
देहिनोऽस्मि यथा देहे
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे
कौमारं यौवनं जरा
कौमारं यौवनं जरा
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्ति
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते
धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय
मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय
शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखदाः
शीतोष्णा सुखदुःखदाः
आगमापायिनो अनित्य
आगमापायिनो अनित्य
संस्थितिक्ष्वस्त्व भारत
सांस्थितिक्ष्वस्व भारत
यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते
यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते
पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ
पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ
समदुःखसुखं धीरं
समदुःखसुखं धीरं
सो अमृतत्वाय कल्पते
सो अमृतत्वाय कल्पते
नासतो विद्यते भावो
नासतो विद्यते अभावो
न भावो विद्यते सतः
नाभावो विद्यते सतः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः
स्तनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
तनयो तत्त्वदर्शिभिः
अविनाशितु व्यतद्विद्धि
अविनाशितु तद्विद्धि
येन सर्व इदं ततं
येन सर्वमिदं ततं
विनाश अव्ययस्यास्य
विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य
न कश्चित् कर्तु अर्हसि
न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति
अन्तवन्त इमे देहा
अन्तवन्त इमे देहा
नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः
नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः
अनाशिनो अप्रमेयस्य
अनाशिनो अप्रमेयस्य
तस्मात् युध्यस्व भारत
तस्माद् युध्यस्व भारत
य एनं वेति हन्तारं
य एनं वेति हन्तारं
यश्चैनं मन्यते हतं
यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम्
ubhau न विजानीतो
भवतौ न विजानीतो
nāyaṁ hanti न hanyate
nāyaṁ hanti न हन्यते
न jāyate mriyate वा kadāchin
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित्
nāyaṁ bhūtvā bhavitā वा न bhūyaḥ
nāyaṁ भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः
अजो nitya-jātaṁ purāṇo
अजो nitya-jātaṁ purāṇo
न hanyate hanyamāne śharīre
न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे
vedāvināśhinaṁ nityaṁ
वेदाविनाशिनं नित्यं
य येन अज अव्ययम्
य एनम् अजमव्ययम्
कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ
कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ
कं घातयति हन्तिकम्
कं घातयति हन्तिकम्
वसांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय
वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय
नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि
नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि
तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि
तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि
अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि
अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि
नैनं दहति पावकः
नैनं दहति पावकः
न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो
न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो
न शोषयति मारुतः
न शोषयति मारुतः
अच्छेद्यो अयम् अदाह्यो अयम्
अच्छेद्यो अयम् अदाह्यो अयम्
अक्लेद्यो अशोष्य एव च
अक्लेद्यो अशोष्य एव च
नित्यः सर्वगतस्ताणो
नित्यः सर्वगतस्ताणो
अचलोऽयं सनातनः
अचलोऽयं सनातनः
अव्यक्तो अयम् अचिन्त्यो अयम्
अव्यक्तो अयम् अचिन्त्यो अयम्
अविकार्यो अयमुच्यते
अविकार्यो अयमुच्यते
तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं
तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं
नानुशोचितु अर्हसि
नानुशोचितुमर्हसि
अथ चैनं नित्यजातं
अथ चैनं नित्यजातं
नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं
नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं
तथापि त्वं महाबाहो
तथापि त्वं महाबाहो
नैनं शोचितु अर्हसि
नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि
Shri Krishna slowly asking us not to have a small vision, myopic vision, long-term vision. Incidents, trivial incidents are happening, not to get bogged down for that one. Have a long-range vision in your life. Then only you can manage the things. If you do not have a long-range vision, only looking at day-to-day things, so many things are happening, I get bogged down. I don't know how to handle. Only way I can handle race, come out of your myopic vision, have a long-term vision for your life. In 10 years, 20 years, And like in a share market, every day shares fluctuate here and there. Not to get bogged down, if you have a vision for 2 years, 5 years, then you are not upset. Or if you are going by every day, you can't sleep properly. Shri Krishna slowly opens up our vision, and things are happening for that one. Somebody may get injured or die. I am so confused. Shri Krishna is bringing out the awareness to Arjuna. You have a role to play, long-term play, and for trivial things, war means there is a loss and gain. There is win and defeat. Battle of our life means there is a win. Of course, win is there, defeat is there. Part of the game. I have come to this life it's a fighting a battle of my life. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Sometimes for that one, not to get bogged down, it is a battle. You have to, it's a long term. Look at that one, small win and lose, not to get bogged down. You fight the battle. You have to win the war. Small battles I may win or lose, but the long term, this war of our life, you have to win. For that, Shri Krishna is elevating our mind. As I mentioned, dharma, I have to uplift. Then only my game of my life will be different. If I do not uplift, my game will be ordinary, and it's an ordinary game of my life. Shri Krishna wants all of us to play a game well. Avyaktādhīni bhūtāni vyaktamadhyāni bharata avyaktāni dhanānyaiva tatra kā paridevana aścaryavat pashyati kaśchidēnam aścaryavat vadati tataiva chānyah aścaryavat chaina anya shrunoti śrutvāpyenam vedana chaiva kaśchit dehi nitya-ādavyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmāt sarvāni bhūtāni natvam shochitu arhasi swadharmam api chavekshya न विकम्पितो अर्हसि धर्मादि युद्ध श्रेयोन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारा उपामृतं सुखिनः क्षत्रिया पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम् अथ चेत्त्व इमं धर्म्यम् संग्रामं न करिष्यसि तथा स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य च कीर्ति मरणादतिरिच्यते भयाद्रणादु परतम् मन्स्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् अवाच्यवादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दंस्तव सामर्थ्यम् ततो दुःखतरं नु किम् हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीन् तस्मात् उत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चय. And Shri Krishna says, in either case you are a winner. If you play the game well, in case if you do not get what you wanted, still you will get the highest because you played the game well. Like Indian women's hockey team that everyone is praising because whether they won or not, it's secondary. they played well. They played well, so glory is there. And if they win, they will get a medal. If they lose, still praise from others. Play the game of your life also that way, with full of exuberance, not a depressed person. Not like a depressed person. In English there is a saying, do or die, now or never. Same thing, it has copied from maybe from the sloka and hatam. You throw your weight behind your action, play the game well. In no case you are a loser. And not to whinge and cringe and about your job or about your salary, or if you are teaching yoga, all our yoga teachers are not paid. Everyone is a volunteer. And for that, some of the yoga teachers, they take it very casually. Okay, just a tick mark. It is not a tick mark. If you are doing, throw your heart. With the passion you do, you will excel. It's just a tick box. I am not getting paid. Okay, I have to take. Okay, I will do. That attitude, if you have that one, you are doing injustice to yourself, to others. And if you want to excel in whatever area, throw your heart behind. Take a passion. There should be a passion. You should be passionate behind whatever you are doing. Then only it's a secret of success. You excel in whatever area you are in. Sukha dukkhe same krutva. Labha labho jaya jayo. Tasma tato yuddhaya yujyasva. Naivam papam avapsyasi. Yaśh abhita sankhe. Buddhi yoge tvimam shruno. Buddhya yukto yeya partha. Karma bandam prahasyasi. Neha bhikramanashosti. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Solpamapyasya dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Yekeha kurunandana. Bhushakahi anantascha. Buddhayo avyavasayinam. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. Pravadantya vipaschitaha. Pravadantya avipaschitaha. Vedāvādarata partha. Nānyadastiti vadinaha. Kamatmana swargapara. Janma karma palapradam. Kriya vishesha bhulam. Bhogaishwarya gatim prati. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam. Taya apahrita chetasam. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Samadho na vidiyate. Traigunya vishaya veda. Nistrairgunyo bhavarjuna. Nirdvando nityasattvasto. Niryogakshema atmavan. Yavanartha udapane. Sarvata samplutodake. Tavan sarveshu vedeshu. Brahmanasya vijānataha. Karmanye vadikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadāchana. Ma karma palaheturbhu. Mate sangostva karmani. Yogastha kuru karmani. Sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Siddha siddho samo bhūtvā. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Balanced personality is yoga. One definition Shri Krishna has given. Durena hi avaram karma.
हि अवरं कर्म
बुद्धियोगादुनञ्जय
बुद्धियोगाद्धनञ्जय
बुद्ध्वौ शरणमन्विच्छ
बुद्ध्वौ शरणमन्विच्छ
कृपणः फलहेतवः
कृपणाफलहेतवः
बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह
बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह
उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते
उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते
तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व
तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व
योगकर्मसु कौशलम्
योगकर्मसु कौशलम्
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि
फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः
फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः
जन्मबन्ध विनिर्मुक्ता
जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ता
पदं गच्छन्त्यमनामयम्
पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्
यदा ते मोहकलिलं
यदा ते मोहकलिलं
बुद्धिर्व्यतिरिष्यति
बुद्धिर्व्यतिरिष्यति
तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदम्
तथा गन्तासि निर्वेदम्
श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च
श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च
श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते
श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते
यदा स्यास्यसि निश्चला
यदा स्यास्यति निश्चला
समाधाव अचला बुद्धि
समाधाव अचला बुद्धिः
तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि
तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
then yoga will follow you. Shri Krishna says, instead of you following yoga, if you follow this one, and yoga will come to you. Then Arjuna asks, he wants to have a live example, that he wants to see who has got this one. What is the sign of that person who has got this yoga? How he or she sits, walks, talks or behaves in the society. Arjuna asked the reference point. How can we see? Without having a reference, we can't move up. Only it should not be only theory. Arjuna says, are there any that I want a reference? What are the signs of a person who has established, to whom yoga has come to? And Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna uvacha स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधी किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम् श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः तस्य प्रज्ञा स्थितप्रज्ञस्य दोच्यते आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः. One is happy within that, and prajahati, jihati means giving up. That selfish desires have dried out. There is no selfish desires in the life. Prajahati, pra means completely jihati. No selfish motive in the life. Selfish motive has dried out. Jihati, that person. Prajahati yada kaman. Sarvan partha manogatan. Person has got everything within. One who has a contentment within, he is the richest person. If I do not have contentment, always sulking, however $1 million I have, much $1 million, I am a very poor person. I am not having happiness. And Shri Krishna, one sign, happiness within. And dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. Sukeshu vigataspruhaha. Vitaraga bhayakrodha. Stitadhirmuniruchyate. We have covered this one also. Vitaraga, here in English it is without. Raga means attachment. Raga, vitaraga, bhaya, krodha. Bhaya, the V is without. Raga, attachment leads to bhaya and krodha. Fear and anger has an origin in attachment. If you have no attachment, there is no fear and anger. That is what Shri Krishna is saying. The reason for we are so scared in our life. What if What if? Because of attachment. And next one, I will touch upon these ones tomorrow in the class. Yes sarvatra anabhisneha.
Yes sarvatra anabhisneha.
Tatta prapya shubha shubham.
Tatta prapya shubha ashubham.
Nabhinandati nadveshti.
Nabhinandati nadveshti.
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
The sarvatra anabhisneha. If I am too close to anyone, that is again raga. Raga comes leading to the close proximity. It is a closeness. Too close lead to scared, bhaya and krodha. This person, he is equal distance from everyone, not too close with anyone, and so that when I come to the center, I am not too close to anyone, then only I can handle the situation better. I can handle the situation better. Come to the center, you can handle the challenges well. If a Prime Minister of the country, he has to come to the center without aligning with his party people, only then if he is aligning only with the party people, nation is compromised, nation's interest is compromised. If the Prime Minister of the country, that means come to the center, nation is the utmost. When nation's interest is taken care, your party interest also is taken care. On the other token, if I am only doing what is for my family as a Prime Minister, doing only for my family, relatives, friends, nation's interest is compromised. You are not, it's not a leadership. Leadership, Shri Krishna says, not too close with anyone. And sarvatra anabhisneha, prapya shubha shubham, and good or bad happens, not to be rejoiced or go into depression. Yada samharate chāyaṁ.
Yada samharate chāyaṁ.
Kurmungani vasarvashaha.
Kurmungani vasarvashaha.
Indriyani indriyartebhya. Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Like a tortoise can pull the limbs in at required when it's not required, or when it sees it is its presence is not required. It can pull the limbs easily and hide within the shell. We also, now it's a lockdown situation, coronavirus is there across, and governments are saying not to go out, your presence is not required outside. I should be at ease, should be able to pull my limbs in. And it's always, I am craving for socializing. And if the socializing, why expend your energy unnecessarily? If somebody calls you for a party, you have to ask a question. Is my presence is required? How I can add value to that gathering? If I am not adding value to the gathering, I am melting myself in the pool of people. Why squander my energy? If I go somewhere, am I contributing there? Is my presence is making any value addition to the community, to that society? If that is not doing, just my physical presence, so you are wasting your time. Shri Krishna gives an example. Learn from the tortoise. When it is not required, it can pull, you also able to pull. Vishaya vinivartante.
Vishaya vinivartante.
Niraharasya dehinaha.
Niraharasya dehinaha.
Rasavarjyam rasopyasya.
Rasavarjyam rasopyasya.
Param društva nivartate.
Param društva nivartate.
And initially, and Vishaya vinivartante. And I may be staying away, I may be have invited by my friends for a party, and but I decided not to go, but at home I am sulking. I missed that one. I should have gone. I should have gone. I should have gone. And though physically I am not there, I am sulking here. I should have gone. I missed so many gossips, I think. I don't know. Tomorrow I will ring them and ring one of them to find out who was talking what. I missed so much of gossips. And though physically not there, I pulled out, my mind is already there. So 2 hours party and here I am crying 2 hours. Vishaya vinivarta niraharasya dehina. Mind is there, physically not there. But rasavarjyam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Instead of param drishtva, instead of looking only contemplating on the mind, just withdrawing is not the solution, not physical presence. Elevate your mind to something else. Why I am not going? Because I am busy with this one, higher things. Not just withdraw for the sake of withdraw. You occupy the mind with something higher. So you are justifying to your friends also. I had better things to do. What is the better thing? You are doing something higher. Then it justifies. Otherwise, you could, instead of whinging and cringing, better as well you are there just whiling away time. What Sri Krishna says, if you withdraw, elevate your mind to higher. So you won't be grieving, you won't be crying. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramatini haranti prasabham manaha. This one, yatato hyapi kaunteya, and it's very difficult to practice and mind disturbs. Even the vipaschitaha, people of the higher knowledge also mind gets swayed away. Vipaschitaha. Indriyani, senses are so strong. Haranti prasabham manaha. Our senses are so strong and wrecks our mind. Haranti, it steals the mind. It is very difficult, but practice is required. Tani sarvani sanyamya. Sanyamya means with practice, senses under control. Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Your mind won't settle unless you connect to the Supreme Lord. Mat paraha, Shri Krishna says. Mat para, para means the highest. Contemplate, bring your mind to me. Then no more whinging and cringing. If I do not elevate my mind high, senses will be playing havoc and wrecking the mind. Jāyato, we covered these 2 slokas also last week. Jāyato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajāyate sanga sanjāyate kāmaha kāmat krodho bhijāyate krodāt bhavati sanmoha sanmoha smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinasha vinashyati. And last week I touched upon the anger management. How to manage anger management. Shri Krishna talks about the root cause, our attachment to things, the raga dvesha viviktestu. And earlier it talked about jāyato. We are contemplating on wrong things, silly things. We are too much of attachment. Jāyato, when I am thinking too much on that one. Vishayan pumsaha. In Amarakosha we saw that one. Pumsa means a person. Jāyato vishayan pumsaha. And again when I am thinking and the dhyaya vishya sangha, I develop attachment. Day in and day out, I am thinking on that one. The new release has come, new phone has come, new watch has come, new thing. Day and night, I am thinking on that one. In my dream also, I started seeing that one. and next day I will say, I got a dream, I should have this one, I should buy that one. I got it in a dream. I think God told me. And because thinking again and again, jāyato vishayan pumsaha, I get developed, get attachment. Sangasteshu upajayate. Sanga sanjayate kamaha. And when I have that one, my desire even increases. I want more. I want more of these ones. More of these ones, additional gadgets I need. My desire doesn't get satisfied with having that one. My desire goes out. When desire increases, if somebody stops, puts a brake in front of me, puts a brake for my desire, I burst into anger. Who are you to stop me? I earn, I enjoy. Who are you to say? And anger comes out. Where is the root of this anger? If you analyze, it's because of this one. Anger, where it is. I can't control my anger. Why it is coming? Out of control, why it is coming? Root cause, the seed of anger is in desire. Your wrong attachment. And the kama krodo abhijāyate. From anger, krodat bhavati sanmoham. With that fit of the anger, I throw something at other person or scream at or do something, and sanmoha, I confuse myself. I don't know what I am talking, what I am doing. Smriti bhramshat, I lost my memory. Buddhi nasha, my intellect has gone, and with that intellect has gone, and I go down in my life. The path of going down, Sri Krishna says, how a person goes down in the life, it's supposed to go up. Dharma means up, adharma means go down. Adharma means going down in my life. How I am going in my life, Sri Krishna beautifully pictures that one. Ragadvesha, viyuktaistu, vishaya, indriya, charan, atmavashye, videyātaṁ, prasada, adhigacchati. Again, ragadvesha viyuktaistu, vishayan indriyaischaran, atmavashyer videyātaṁ, prasadam adhigacchati. Some people are so happy, may not be having anything in life, but always having a brightness in the face, always having a smile on the face. Maybe that person it's hardly anything to eat, and so much of glow is there in the face, so much of happiness is there, contentment is there. Prasada, that person has got a prasada. Prasadam adhigacchati. Ragadvesha, Sri Krishna says, Ragadvesha viviktaistu. Attachment is not there, no hating, no attachment, and no hating of not having that one. Having raga, attaching to myself to things, and not hating if I do not have that one. Vishayan indriyaischaran. Not this senses, the things outside, our senses are not pulling me there. The senses, there is no problem with the object. Problem with my senses. Senses not at all disturbing me. Atma vasher, my mind is within me. My intellect is mind abides by the buddhi, intellect. Atma vasher videyātaṁ. It is within, one is satisfied within, having that satisfaction. That person really got the prasad. We go to temple and they give whatever they say, this is a prasad. You take, Some sweet, we put it in the mouth saying that we got the prasad. And that is only a outer prasad. We are happy that we got some sweets. But real prasad, Shri Krishna says, happiness within, contentment within. That is the real divine prasad. And you need not have to go to the temple to get that one. Within here also, you can get that one. You are happy within. That is the real prasad, the divine prasad you can have. Then what happens if I get prasad? If I get the temple prasad, I eat a bit of prasad and come out and start screaming at others. And what prasad? I thought he got a prasad. I start blaming others. In this prasad there is no sweet, less sweet. It's a salt is less, salt is more. I start yelling at the cook and yelling at the priest and hopeless prasad. So I didn't get a prasad. Shri Krishna says, if you get a prasad, what will happen? Prasade sarva-dukkhanam hani rasyo upajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishtate prasade sarva-dukkhanam hani rasyo upajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishtate. Prasade, when you get that prasad within, sarva-dukkhanam, all sorrows, no more sorrows within, no more whinging and cringing. All sorrows, hani rasyopajayate. All sorrows get annihilated from your life. You are happy within. Hani rasyopajayate. Prasanna chetaso hyashu. And when you are prasanna chetaso hyashu and buddhi paryavatishtate, mind is established in that one, that person is fit to get enlightened. That person is fit for enlightenment. What is the requirement for us to get enlightenment? Shri Krishna says. We can say that enlightenment, do that 2 month of japa, do this one, that one. Shri Krishna says this one. And prasade, when you are happy within. Sarva-dukkhanam hani rasyo, all whinging and cringing has gone. Prasanna chetaso hyasho, your chitta within mind. Mind is illumined, glowing, and you are having brightness in your face. And prasanna chetaso hyasho, buddhi paryavatishtate. Para, buddhi para vatishtati. Buddhi, your intellect, para means the highest. Vatishtati, it stays there. Your mind is illumined, like Dharma said, elevate yourself and not to come down. You elevate and para vatishtati. Para is the Supreme Lord. Vatishtati, it remains there. And you are fit for the enlightenment. That person. And what a beautiful shloka that it talks about how to unfold ourselves, how to elevate ourselves. We do not need any more scripture, any more shloka than this one to uplift ourselves. And such a beautiful, impregnated with meaning. Only the Lord can talk about this one. That is why it is called as Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, it's the greatness of mahā-bārata and Bhagavad Gita. When you reflect on this one, you don't want to come out of yourself. So uplifting. Again, ragadvesha viyuktaistu
रागद्वेषावियुक्तैस्तु
विषयान् इन्द्रियैश्चरन्
विषयान् इन्द्रियैश्चरन्
आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा
आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा
प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति
प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां
हानिरस्योपजायते
हानिरस्योपजायते
प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु
प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु
बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठति
बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते
वतिष्ठति वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्